What's going on, peeps? Do you remember this guy? This is Uwe Baltner, most commonly known for his wholesome carpool karaoke videos of popular songs. He's pretty much that one cool dad that everyone loves, the one that's just naturally hip with the generation. This man's singing videos managed to go viral in 2019 and 2020, with his performance of The Box by Roddy Ricch being viewed over 10 million times. Uwe Baltner has been shouted out by KSI, Chris Brown, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, Burna Boy, Cypress Hill, Stormzy, Megan Thee Stallion, The Weeknd, and many more for covering their songs. I remember this man's existence the other day and wondered what happened to him. Felt like I haven't seen him in a while. So why did Uwe start producing content? Is he an actual singer? All these questions and more will be answered in this video. What happened to Uwe Baltner? Uwe Baltner was born on April 19th, 1963 in a small town in southern Germany named Backnang. He is currently 60 years old, residing in Ludwigsburg with his naturopath wife Birgit, who he has 3 daughters with. Uwe Baltner has been writing songs in some form or another since he was 15, when he was a part of a band. He was the sole vocalist of the group, as everyone else was just afraid to sing. Other than singing, the only other instrument he could play was the accordion. To this day, he has had only one singing lesson, which took place about 37 years ago. But after starting university, the music began to take a back seat. From 1984 to 1992, he attended the University of Tübingen, majoring in modern German literature and modern history. 5 years later, he became a sports officer for Stuttgarter Nachrichten until the year of 2001, when he went to work as an editor-in-chief and senior editor for Chip Zonio. He founded a social media startup in 2010 called SMO14, which branched into a Stuttgart advertising firm called Bowman and Baltner. This firm will be founded in 2014, being a co-CEO with Gerhard Bowman, a company that he has run successfully ever since. Even before his fame, he's been a wholesome father, posting videos of his 3 Labrador retrievers, nature, and holiday ventures since 2011 on his Instagram. His wife even dedicated an entire blog for them. However, the first signs of his singing ventures wouldn't take place until 2016. Uwe noticed that his voice was starting to sound a bit harsh and rough, barely making a sound. He was recommended to start doing vocal warm-ups and exercises in order to improvise his speaking. This led to him doing vocal exercises on his way to work every day. On April 8th, he uploaded his first lip-sync video to Musically singing Wonderwall in his living room. A week later, he would put out his first car karaoke video. Little did he know that 3 years from now, he'd be an internet sensation. He'd upload these clips every other week in the first half of 2016, then he went back to family and dog photos. Until September 2018, where he returned to this old hobby of voice exercises on his way to work. You see, every morning, he has to drive 38 kilometers or 23 miles to his office. At some point, he noticed that Instagram allowed video uploads of up to 1 minute compared to Musically's 15-second limit. Thus began the upload of more karaoke videos. He did this as a way to pass the time and out of his own enjoyment. The man just loves singing, as it puts him in a good mood in the morning. It's that much needed caffeine boost to kick off your day strong. You can tell by his wide smile at the beginning that he genuinely loves doing this. He didn't care if he only had like 2 people watching him. It was enjoyable for the man. His process is fairly straightforward. He fires up his Fiat 500, blasts music through his speakers, and sings along with it. He'll sometimes use an application that displays the lyrics of the song. It can take up to 30 attempts. The minimalism of it all is just so inspiring. Once he feels like he has rehearsed the tunes sufficiently on the wheel, he pulls off to a parking lot and acts out his overall performance till he is satisfied. He doesn't exactly like to record while driving sometimes, as he has no death wish in mind. He describes himself as an extroverted person with a sense of music direction. I put in more effort when I know someone is watching, he explains. From there, he uploads the video to his social media using a variety of hashtags and tags the artist in his posts out of hope they might see it. Throughout the year, he made it a goal to upload at least 1 video every single day, sometimes multiple. At first, he performed mostly older songs and non-mainstream songs, which explains his decision to perform a few songs by the pop rock group Screaming Females. His approach gained him several hundred followers during his first year putting out these videos every other week. Africa by Toto, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, My Molly Lollipop by Lily Smalls all covers that picked up solid traction. After some time, these followers started requesting him to play specific songs in the comments, and he fulfilled a few of these requests. His initial motivation was mostly crowd-pleasing. This would lead to him covering artists he hadn't even heard before, like Ariel Pink, a full year later in 2019, meaning it was quite the surprise when Ariel Pink themselves shared his cover on Instagram, leading to Uwe's follower count going from 500 to over 4,000. This moment encouraged him to try out something that is a little out of his comfort zone, a rap song. He discovered a German podcast called Deutschland Funk that covers drill and grime music, opening him up to a variety of sounds. The first cover was from British grime rapper J1 called Your Misses. Published on June 3rd, 2019, this would become his first clip to garner 10,000 views. Then came Vossybot by Stormzy and Keisha and Becky by Royce Millions, all popping off alongside it. While it was a positive moment, it unfortunately led to immature grime fans under the age of 15 trolling Baltner. He didn't take it to heart, thankfully. Heck, he responded to their comments with humor, taking the joke pretty well. As he built his community further, these negative comments were drowned out quickly. This was thanks to his cover of Yay by Burna Boy that was put out next month on July 10th that received a repost from the artist himself. He received great support and major props from Burna's audience. Uwe described Nigerians that make up most of Burna Boy's fan base as the nicest people on the internet. The risk of these covers, however, was him saying a phrase that could be seen as offensive. Uwe makes sure to avoid using terms like the N-word, even if it's part of the song. You have to be respectful and mindful of cultural appropriation and to what extent music belongs to us all. In the end, my videos are an ode to fantastic music. After this reaction, he was overwhelmed with requests. It became a word-of-mouth situation where someone would see his video and share it with another friend who shares it with another, especially when that someone happens to be a famous musician or influencer, leading to his numbers further exploding. He still managed to interact with his audience for as long as he could, spending hours responding to comments. The algorithm would continue to spread his videos across the internet as healthy engagement made the video more accessible. He had genuine fans who followed him as a way to put themselves in a good mood, as Uwe just looked like he was just having so much fun doing this carpool karaoke content. Safe to say, he was the king of car karaoke. It's just positive content, the type of stuff you see on the internet, and it makes you smile. People have found great humor in his covers as they see themselves in him. They imagine that this is how they will be acting 2 decades from now when their favorite tune comes on. Sure, the singing Sabian isn't hitting every note accurately, and it might come across as amateur to someone with a degree in music theory, but he's off key. Have some fun in your life, people. God dang. It doesn't matter if he isn't the greatest singer in the world. That's what makes these videos special. It feels completely natural, like you're hopping into your car and singing out loud with the limited range you may have. That's just what happens when you jump right in and start singing. Studio equipment today is so refined and everything sounds so overproduced. That leads to people not wanting to even try to sing. I want to show people how fun singing can be. Uwe was becoming an internet sensation, getting shared by even more massive musical artists. I'd say his biggest look was his cover of No Guidance being posted on Chris Brown's Instagram on August 10th, 2019, calling him the next X Factor, leaving room for the biggest rapper in the world, Drake, to show him even more love. Then rap legends like Cypress Hill gave Uwe his flowers, sharing his Insane in the Membrane cover to his platform. This momentum boosted Baltner to over 100,000 followers, one of these followers being Chris Brown's ex-girlfriend, pop star sensation Rihanna. He pretty much admits that this was the peak of his internet fame. Now, a big key to his success was continuity. You may not be convinced of Uwe's singing abilities at first, but the more he keeps doing it, the more you're like, this guy kind of rules. The agency he was working at gave him tips on how to further his virality. Now he was killing it on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. The man was inescapable. His wife didn't even know about his fame until he was pretty much forced to tell her after one of his customers recognized him in person. I bet you wouldn't expect a 60-year-old suited man with glasses that runs a Ludwigsburg marketing agency to be an internet celebrity. At this age, most kids would think you're pretty much a walking Zombie. By August 2019, he had gained 1.5 million followers across the internet with the help of his thousands of videos he had just posted. That is a lot of content stemming from his openness as a music listener. He will sing literally any song. It doesn't have to be exclusively German or English. It can be Spanish, Arabic, Russian, why not? It can also be a rap, rock, pop, R&B, folk, or even metal song. I find it impressive how despite English not being his first language, he is able to recite every lyric perfectly, even when it's a rap song. He dodges those N-words like it's nothing. It was all about getting out of his comfort zone to entertain his audience. Even if the song was performed by a female artist and it's out of his range, he gives it his best shot. Baltner adds his own old man style to it, leaping into his falsetto or throwing on an accent to mask the vibe. It doesn't matter how freaky the song happens to be, Uwe is on it. If you want to see 60-year-old German father cover Big Ol' Freak by Megan Thee Stallion, it's out there. His diversity is something you gotta respect. He's got an international fanbase for a reason. Uwe wanted to remain authentic with his content, turning down requests from labels to perform their artist's song for promotion. If the artist himself reaches out, it makes more sense. It's all done for fun, a hobby, not for profit. Heck, he probably makes more money from his marketing agency than TikTok. He was also invited to appear in a video shoot by 2 British rappers, but declined due to time constraints. Beginning in the latter part of September 2019, Uwe Baltner rose to prominence through meme edits circulating. He found these to be pretty funny. From there, he just kept going, putting out singing videos every day. The man was even interviewed by several news outlets that wanted to know his story. Kind of like me. Please subscribe for more of these. These clips were now averaging 100,000 views on Instagram, filled with more suggestions than before. He reached 1 million TikTok followers in November, celebrating with a performance of We Are the Champions by Queen. I'd say his most famous TikTok is his cover of The Box by Roddy Ricch that dropped in late December. It might be the sole reason it went to #1. Fast forward to 2020, his covers of KSI's music made various appearances in KSI's own Reddit videos that spread his influence across the United Kingdom even more. Being an artist and seeing Uwe cover their song was soon to become a significant honor. How could you not love this? Soon he would switch it up sometimes to cover the top 10 most played songs in Spotify of that week, or doing GOAT Facts, where he gave out 5 fun facts about iconic music artists. Over the span of 4 years, he has continued to put up impressive numbers. It's a bit of a cheat code. This is his distinct style of content, and has seemingly not gotten old in the slightest. Your favorite uncle has continued to pull in millions of covers of Sarkody's Adonai, and To Those I Love by Suicide Boys, and Love Sosa by Chief Keef, garnering 10 million views on TikTok. The old man's swagger is just hard to resist. Still going strong today. Back in 2019, Uwe believed that his fame wouldn't last forever and that he'll only have a few hundred active followers left in the coming years. I don't believe this is true. He is still pulling solid viewership at the moment. Safe to say, he's invited to every cookout. Sure, he might not be as culturally relevant as he was in 2019, but he has a great story to his name. Imagine going from just some old German guy to an internet sensation. It's a pretty neat flex that you peaked in your 50s. Anyway, if y'all can somehow get a hold of Uwe Baltner himself, I'd love for him to see how far he's come. He belongs in the TikTok Hall of Fame for sure. Protect this man at all costs. Please like the video, subscribe for more bass content, and comment your favorite cover from the man. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.